Every Wednesday at 12, we got a new podcast.
And we're back. GM, everybody. Welcome back
Good
for a new
afternoon.
edition.
And a good one because we're near all-time highs. Near all-time highs.
Who would have thought that, Mike? Who would have thought that last week, right?
I don't know, motherfucking told you so or not. I mean, I vividly remember when we were at like 74K and people came here into the stream complaining about the price, saying that it's over, 400K will never happen, blah, 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 blee, blue, blue. No, Trump will fuck up the economy, blah, blah, blah. We're back, bitches.
Well, do you reckon the golden age, Mike? Because I think he's making the right moves for the economy to boom. But to be honest, we haven't seen a lot of dollar signs yet.
I don't agree because Trump today or yesterday, I'm sometimes a little bit confused with the timelines, but he got a 600 billion investment from the Saudis. He's in the talks to even get it up to 1 billion. Sorry,
1
not 1
trillion.
billion, of course, 1 trillion. And this is just an additional investment that's being made in the US. So it's just a matter of time. I see a lot of major bullish news coming out. A lot of companies are now turning into Bitcoin treasury companies. So they're pretty much ripping the strategy of strategy. And they got a competitor. I think it's called 21 Capital or something like that. The company run by Jack Mallers, where we spoke about lost live streams. A lot more of these companies are now popping out of the ground like mushrooms. One after another. MetaPlanet recently purchased more Bitcoin. Now they have more Bitcoin than El Salvador. I see many countries discussing Bitcoin. They all want to buy Bitcoin. Pretty much everything is still the same, like we have been saying, but now it's happening right in front of us, and now the price reflects a bit more what we have been saying all along. It's now I can speak clearly again because when you look at the last 5 months, you get a lot of backlash. People lose faith. They want to say that you're wrong, but they are impatient, small dick people. And this just proves it. And it's a matter of time. Of course, we will break the all-time high. We could go lower for a bit. I don't care. Like I say many, many times, it doesn't matter what happens on the short term, especially considering volatility. If you have faith, if you look at the data, and there's so much data reflecting this as well, everyone who holds over $1 million in Bitcoin is purchasing Bitcoin by a lot. And the people who own less are selling. So it's just look at the data, stay smart. Golden age will come, definitely, but it takes time. Rome wasn't built in one day, and the US wasn't rebuilt in one either.
True. There's a lot of debt they have to clear up, right?
A lot of debt. Do you think the golden age is coming?
Most definitely. And I think we on this podcast in particular, we have been talking about a super cycle since 2022 or 2023. And to be honest, it has been playing out.
Still in play.
Still in play. But the only thing is the x-as, the time. We don't have that in our hands. We can't do anything about it. So 1 million Bitcoin will happen. Yes, it's not this if it will happen. Of course, it will happen.
It will happen.
When you ask this economics, Netherlands, they asked ABN, Rabo, ING, yeah, Bitcoin, maybe it will go to $1 million by 2050. And I'm like, whoa, what did you just say to me? Maybe Bitcoin will go to 1 million by 2050. That's like too many maybes in one sentence. Maybe this 152, it's crazy. Yeah. So it's amazing to see how Trump is reshaping the landscape, the playing field, to call it this way. Because most people, we had a short talk and before this, they're not awake yet. They don't see the vision yet. They don't listen to what we're saying maybe, or they don't comprehend what we're saying. They cannot translate it to their satisfaction. I don't know what it is, but we must understand that Biden fucked us up. And if Kamala would have won again, it would be the end of humanity. Now, this didn't play out. Trump won.
We all dodged the bullet.
We all dodged the bullet, yes.
Mhm.
So it's really a matter of time when the golden age starts. But I do want to say one more thing about Trump, because we don't want to go in Trump's ass, but he needs another 4 years after these 4 years. That's what I want to leave it at. If he gets 4 more years after these, I think the world will be in a much better, healthier place than it was ever before.
Yeah. Let me interrupt real quick, Ian. Social news. You're saying you also thought 2 years ago that 100K would happen that year. First of all, who the fuck cares? Like, it is 100K now, so be happy that the price went to that price at all. But secondly, if you actually watch my videos, my analysis, and you would actually listen to me instead of be a little bitch in the comments, you would understand that we had a manipulated cycle last cycle. The FTX heist pretty much abrupted the growth that we would usually see for Bitcoin. If FTX didn't happen, which was the CIA attacked by the central banks, just trust me, because they were delaying the growth of Bitcoin. We also predicted after the FTX event happened that the big boys, so I'm talking about BlackRock, I'm talking about the central banks, I'm talking about the countries, would need more time to prepare themselves to buy it themselves. And that is exactly what's happening today. So I would really recommend you to watch my full analysis so you don't say these stupid comments anymore. You would understand why we didn't see 100K, but we still should have seen 100K. And second of all, you will also understand why we will definitely go to 400K plus this cycle. And honestly, I think it will go way higher than that. So
way higher.
Curious on you guys, your opinion on it. Opnet is basically running a WA virtual machine on Bitcoin. Honestly, I couldn't care less. Do you want to go
I think WAVM, it's like a Windows assembly virtual machine, some kind of tool to transfer Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to the blockchain. I think, I don't know, but I don't know sufficient information about this. So, but what is the question? It's our opinion on what OPNet is doing with WAVM on Bitcoin.
Quite honestly, if you want to hear our opinion about projects, just join the VIP. It's there for a reason. Join it. You can try it for 14 days for free. I'm not going to give this information out for free because we have many supporters in the VIP community who thrive and prosper on our opinion. And I'm happy to have this community. I'm happy that we pretty much perfectly bought the exact dip bottom in the VIP. We were there on the reversal. We did everything according to plan, and I would be more than happy to help you discuss projects in the community, but I'm not going to do research on a new project on the live stream. Sorry.
Perfectly well said, Mike.
Perhaps if you drop some well-known altcoins, we can share a quick opinion. So
Yeah, I think before we jump into that, let's look at Bitcoin, right? Because I think it's at a really important price right now, because there could be a double top. I mean, if we cannot reclaim the, what is it? Yeah, we just need to pop above 106, I think, was the key level.
Yes, so there is a little bit liquidity for the futures and margin traders around the 106 level, but at the same time, I think there's actually a lot of liquidity at the 102 level.
Mm-hmm.
So we could sweep that up. We could go higher, but either way, I think it's really dependent on what the markets want right now. But I think that we will sweep and go higher. Actually, there's not really a reason why it should go down. China calmed down for the next 90 days. They actually got a deal for the next 90 days, which makes us safe until 12th of August. The same goes for a lot of not European countries, but a lot of other countries who have a 90-day pause as well. So that's very simple. Do you think it can be a double top?
Difficult. This is to prove my point. We are not short-term traders, guys. We just look at the markets and give our opinion. It's very difficult to say when there's a new all-time high, because in the FIP, some boys were calling last week or in the weekend, new all-time high today or tomorrow. But as you see, it's not that simple. I know we want to have this happen sooner rather than later, but it's gonna happen. That's my point. To prove my point, don't focus on when it happens. It will happen. Just exactly as last week, the 7th or the 8th of May, when we made a video, everybody was calling or saying we're going down 64 or something. Like, guys, everything showing us that we want to go higher, basically. So the price went higher. We went back to 100K. And all of a sudden, your neighbors, your friends, and they start talking, yo, I heard Bitcoin's back at 100K. I'm like, yeah, so this isn't a pivotal moment anymore. In my opinion, what's pivotal is as soon as we break through all-time high, I think the next 2-3 weeks are going to be very, very interesting. And that is where, in my opinion, we should focus on. Because if it plays out that it breaks all-time high and in the next month after it goes banana, then we really need to be locked in. Because some alts will go parabolic, they will explode, they will go banonkers. So if that's the case, have your targets ready, your levels ready. After all-time high 106, 107, it might jump 115 to 180 real quick, 200 plus real quick. But we just got to watch for it. Just watch for it.
Yep. I think in the VIP it was more hype because we were breaking new levels one after another. You know, we went pretty up pretty quickly to 104K. So I'm happy to see this development. But quite honestly, I think that it will go higher, and exactly, it doesn't really matter when it happens. It will happen, and on the short term, I really don't care. But I think that there's a lot of hype right now. There's a lot of momentum. I see a lot of doubt vanishing from the market. So it's just a matter of time before it starts to happen. And also, I was thinking about the comment just now from Social News, right, with the 100K remark. You have to realize that last cycle, I've heard so many people claim we will never reach 100,000 ever for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is over, and every time I hear the same, you know. So it's the same critics saying the same shit, but raising their levels as well. Just like we are raising our price targets, they are raising their objections, you know. They're saying, no, now that 100K hit, I see the same people saying, well, it will never hit 1 million. It will never hit this. It will never hit that. Every time they get proven wrong, because in the end, we will definitely see higher prices. It's that simple. Bitcoin is the answer. It's already definitive, you know.
And it's a Bitcoin fueled run, right? So everything compared to Bitcoin is going down. But this will change. This will change, guys. This will change very soon as the banana zone is up and running.
Yep. Van der Liet, shout out Satoshi Nakamoto, I see you. Hey guys, do you think that future USD stablecoins are CBDCs in sheep clothes? Well, first of all, they are not brought out by central banks, so this is one advantage. But at the same time, of course, the stablecoins are controllable. They are, you know, they can freeze. Yeah, they can freeze funds. They can do pretty much anything with them. So. That's also why I think that Trump wants to be dominant on the stablecoins. That's also why they try to get the Genesis Act through. However, it got rejected by pretty much Elizabeth Warren and the Democrats, which is kind of bearish for the new developments, especially if we're also looking at the Bitcoin Act in the future, where America will buy 1 million Bitcoin over a period of 5 years. If they're already rejecting the stablecoins act, the Genius Act, it can be a problem in the future, you know. So I'm not too excited about that, but I do believe that stablecoins already are controlled by law enforcement. So, for example, if someone gets their USDT stolen, or there's like a huge hack or something, the guys, I forgot their name, the Lazarus group, the North Korean hackers, they will never use a stablecoin because it will just get frozen. They mint it again. It is as fake as real dollars, you know. So USDT is either the next scam of the elite, or it will be the biggest black swan we will know in crypto. And quite honestly, I prefer the first one because it'd much rather be controlled by the elite so crypto doesn't crash. But the dollar is fake and it will always be fake. So that's why Bitcoin is the answer. And that's why I'm also not going to be in stables, but I will exit in Bitcoin. So that's my personal strategy. But you are absolutely right. It is, in a way, a CBDC in sheep's clothes, same dangers, same negative points, but only difference is there's a company behind it, so they say, especially for USDT. But that's why companies like Circle, also why Trump is giving out their own stable coins. Who controls the money owns the world, it's that simple. So the stable coins are very dangerous in that way. So stay safe from the stable coins.
Yeah,
but also also stay safe from most altcoins.
We had a discussion about this I think this morning, where one of the FIP members, he was talking about the USDT dominance. And I just want to pull it up because I made certain comments. Yes, but I don't think that the USDT dominance is going to be in charge of what's happening.
You brought up valid points.
There's Wyoming, or every state is going to issue their own digital dollar. Why is this? This is because, let's say I live in Wyoming or Georgia or Miami or whatever. If I have my dollars, I cannot buy Bitcoin or crypto with it. I have to bridge it from the Web3 banks to some digital kind of valuta, which is just the stablecoin from the state, let's say. And with that, I can buy Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. So when people must see it like this, I understand that they see this introduction of stablecoins of every state a little bit negative. But in my opinion, it opens the floodgates to higher prices of crypto. Because and I'm pretty sure we talked about this like way back in 2021, maybe, or 2022 even, where the floodgates will be opened. And everybody, instead of having the digital equivalent of their fiat, dollar, euro, yen, they'll be just swap it for crypto. And I think that the banks, governments, they don't want this. So they will try to somehow suppress this. But that's the next phase. At first, everybody's going to do it. Everybody's going to be happy about it because the prices are going up. But it suddenly comes law enforcement start making regulations. Guys, you may do this, you may not do this, etc. But my point is, the top 100 list on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko will be, in the coming years, mostly out of stablecoins. Like maybe 30% of the top 100 will be stablecoins because all the money from states are going to be deposited in a bank or in a wallet. And it has a value, and this value will be very high because millions of people all are investing.
Yep, very valid points. So I think that's something to look out for. Yep. Also, I want to go back to the China versus the US kind of deal because this week a lot of things happened actually. So I'm quite I'm not really that sharp on what I already shared here or on the live streams or in the VIP live streams, But most recently, we have seen a trade deal, a temporary trade deal between China and the US. And why this is very special is because everyone was saying it was impossible. Everyone was saying this would end in World War III. Everyone was saying that Trump was doing such a bad thing. And even now, they're still spinning it around that China got the best out of them because he lowered his tariffs and blah, blah, blah. But you kind of have to realize that Trump still has the advantage. He's charging 30%. China is charging 10%. China is opening up their markets. China is also sending the rare earth minerals, the rare metals and these kind of things, which they pretty much paused and refrained from doing so during this trade war. So I'm seeing a lot of bullish things here as well. And why it is such a smart move is because Europe, at the same time, they tried to make a deal with China. They went behind the back of the US and they started having conversations with China. But China now is in bed with the US again. So Europe is pretty much checkmate, and this is how Trump always slowly but surely gets his way. And this is art. I think it's really impressive to see because I watch this every day, and even the things that happened in Saudi Arabia, the peace talks, the things they are accomplishing, so many things are happening. I cannot wait to live stream every day and watch all these videos and reply on them and comment on them because quite honestly, right now, it's a full-time job to keep up. And that's why we have the community. That's why, this is a place where every day we send updates and share what's going on, because so many things are happening, and there are quite some developments. But I'm just happy that I have my trust in Trump. We have been saying this from the start. He has been bashed from the start, even before he was inaugurated, because he has been bashed ever since he is running for president again.
They even tried to kill him while he was running. So
they tried to kill him. That alone would have been your answer. That alone should have been a wake-up call for you to trust this man in what he's doing. And the only thing that could have happened is that he was a liar as well. But right now, he's making his promises true. He's doing what he said he would do. And also, what I'm very excited about is, I had it in my mind, but now I forgot.
The peace machine, maybe peace in the world, or
no, I forgot it. Sorry, never mind. But I'm very excited to see Trump doing what he promised. So this is a very bullish development. I can't think of it. Maybe I remember later.
Don't worry, it will get back to you soon.
You want to talk to about Ethereum and Bitcoin, because some people look at this as like incentive for alt season, right?
Yeah, I think in the last few weeks we've been looking at the ETH-BTC ratio and been saying that it's been becoming more and more irrelevant, right? Because
yes,
it's a Bitcoin fueled run.
Yes,
but this might change, right? I mean, I heard some rumors about what is BlackRock, I think. BlackRock hinting that you could compound
the yield,
the yield, etc. Yo, if that gets introduced, this might open some positive news for the ETH-BTC ratio. But if this isn't the case, I don't know. I know most people, they're still looking at the altcoin run, which is fueled by Ethereum to make it happen. But in my case, I don't think we need to stare blindly at what Ethereum is doing. Because if you look at the AI narrative, the AI sector, they have just been pulling. And so it's clear which is going to be the next narrative for the upcoming run.
For sure.
So yeah, don't stare too blind on Ethereum.
Yeah, but I have to say that, of course, Ethereum went up because Bitcoin went up. I've been saying it all along. Bitcoin is the leader. Of course, Ethereum is giving more return on investment, but it's logical. All the altcoins are giving more return on investment than Bitcoin currently is. But I do think that it is a very positive development to see Ethereum raise. And what Ian is saying is that because of the yield, which currently institutional investors are not getting on their spot ETF buys when they're purchasing Ethereum, is a reason why institutional investors simply are not buying. So for Bitcoin, there is no yield. Of course, there's the regular return on investment, but there's no yield. But Ethereum has proof of stake. So as long as the people who are investing through spot ETFs are not getting staking rewards, this kind of is a blockade and an obstacle for people to actually put their money in. But now BlackRock, in fact, is having talks with the SEC to get this done. I believe it was the SEC, but some party or some commission at least to get this done. So if institutional buyers get a yield on their Ethereum buys, this will be very bullish for Ethereum. I also saw a post that the average has been the ratio of about 0.05. So to get to your question, I do think that it's very possible for Ethereum to put in these numbers. I have some price estimation. I've been saying for a long time, I think that Ethereum will go to somewhere like 10K. Way back, and I'm thinking 2-3 years ago, we have been estimating around 10 to 20K even. And by coincidence, we have been looking at Ethereum with the Fibonacci extension tool, and there is a possibility that it could go to like 18K or something. That is a bull case, Personally, I'm not betting on Ethereum, so I couldn't care less, but I remain with my opinion of about 10K. It will go up in price. You will reach new all-time highs, but other coins will most definitely still outperform. And I'm talking about layer ones, not even talking about the AI or real-world narrative coins. But right now, I think a lot of coins already outperformed Ethereum by doing a 2x, 3x, even 4x on some coins that have been shared in the VIP community, even in the chats, not necessarily by us, but we are seeing some crazy gains right now in the AI segment. So it's kind of the question, yeah, what your expectations are. But I think there's a bright future ahead for altcoins, and that there's actually something in the blue bar beneath us. You can see it right now. The golden cross for altcoins has been hit. So this is very bullish, of course. This means that there is a change in sentiment. We're going up again, which is something a lot of you guys have been waiting for. We, of course, as well. So I remain bullish, man, on the sentiment, on the run that's coming up in front of us. There's so many good things happening right now.
And do you think some Dino coins will make a comeback, Mike? Because what happened last week?
They already are.
Yeah, but what do you think is gonna be like AI driven, RWA driven? Do you think DeFi will make a comeback, like let's say Maker or Curve?
Yeah, you know what the thing is? That's something that has been bothering me for a very long time, is that crypto right now is a bubble. Bitcoin is not a bubble. Most crypto, and I'm definitely talking about the altcoins. You know me, my life is crypto. I am a Bitcoin fan. I preach crypto every day of my life, but most altcoins are vaporware, scams, ways to get crowdfunding, useless tokens. They might as well just been a project without a coin or a token. You don't need them. It's just a way to collect money and to run a project. So in a way, we are all venture capitalists trying to find the next hidden gem, you know? And most of these crypto projects don't even give you a, what's the English word, like revenue or some stock share, you know? Not sure what the English word is, but like the money you get
some dividend.
Dividend. So the thing is, I think a lot of the AI coins, a lot of the real world asset coins, they are complete scams. They are the most bullshit things ever out there. They are just interesting for this run, for the next few months, maybe with some luck, even a year. But then after, I won't hold a single fucking RWA coin. I won't hold a single AI coin. They're all scams to rip you off. I haven't been convinced of a project that can convince me otherwise. Even most of the market leaders, you know, even the runners, the front runners, everything, the first movers, they're all bullshit. The only one which you've just mentioned, Ondo, it has a partnership with BlackRock. They will probably stay relevant for a longer time. The Ondo coin actually has a use case. They are in bed with the U.S. securities, U.S. treasuries. I mean, so there's some use case there. But other than that, most altcoins don't have a real use case. You know, so what stays relevant, in my opinion, is of course DeFi, because DeFi actually has a use case. It's actually needed for the crypto ecosystems where right now a lot of applications are being built. It is the fuel for NFT projects. It's the fuel for future gaming. It's the fuel for DeFi, basically. Decentralized finance, decentralized everything. So I think that Bitcoin, of course, will go, and it will keep going on forever. Then second best are the competition of the next layer. And I don't think that we will see one layer, because a lot of people have been saying there's either a Windows, a Mac, and perhaps a Linux. We live in a decentralized world right now, so there will be many, but there will be like 20. And these 20 layer ones, they will be divided over the different categories or niches that exist. One will be for healthcare, one will be for gaming, one will be for banking, one will be for everything, one will be for this, one will be for that. So a lot of change will have their own narrative, so to speak, and they will be relevant in that certain niche. Then afterwards, you got like the applications on there. So you ask me, do you think the Dino coins are reliving? I recently noticed that Avi, for example, DeFi lending and borrowing, one of the first, is actually at an all-time high right now. If I'm mistaken, don't blame me. I just read the headline, so just assuming that the headline was true.
Not really.
No?
No, it's still 50% off, I think.
Okay, then perhaps it set new highs. But I do think that it most likely got off. But either way, I do think that these kind of applications on DeFi, they will prosper still, because they actually have value on the blockchain. So you being able to lend or borrow cryptocurrency in a decentralized way will have a use case. However, does the coin actually provide use case, or is it simply a governance coin or governance token? These things will matter for some projects more than others, but I think that there will be a moment where people start to realize that most coins are bullshit, especially for most AI projects, because especially in AI, it's all bullshit. So I think there's definitely a learning curve. So I think a lot of the current hype, current narrative, which in my opinion is AI, real world assets, and US based crypto still, because this will have its effect later on, for sure. These are the three main narratives. And then I would also look at gaming, but at like a lower tier, you know, which will, it needs time, it needs development, but it will definitely bring adoption to blockchain. And I'm still hoping, because it's 1 year to go for GTA 6, I definitely hope they will have an NFT marketplace, crypto integrated.
Most definitely.
They will not make a new game for the next 20 years.
No.
So they will most definitely capitalize on this. If they don't, it's the biggest fail ever. They are definitely hiring, and they must have crypto, because if they do, they're already a multi-billion-dollar game company, whatever.
It's gonna go into trillions, man.
They will be the first real metaverse, because let's face it, every metaverse game out there is shit. You know, it's gay. It's like the most dumbest shit you ever played.
Yeah,
but in GTA, I can imagine living there for a few years. You know. No, but you get my point. I'm joking, of course. But it is the first universe where you would actually like to spend time, and it's the first universe that makes it possible, because. If, for example, let's say World of Warcraft or RuneScape or a different massive multiplayer online kind of game, you know, where thousands and thousands of people play, if they start to integrate crypto now, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. It is not integrated in the game. It's just another micro transaction to do a certain thing. And exactly, you with GTA, you could get the situation of Ready Player One, you know, great movie, by the way, one of my favorite as well. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think. But why did you mention the Dino coins? Do you think that the Dino coins are going to lift off?
No. Well, you said it's very perfect. But in my point of view, because you mentioned one very particular Dino coin you didn't mention, sorry, and that is XRP, right?
Okay.
And I do want to have it about XRP a little bit, because we were talking about DeFi, and DeFi has been introduced because we know the TradFi is fucked. We know the system is broken. But what if the traditional finance bridges through XRP? Then you get two things. One, there is less need for DeFi, right? I mean, if you just take it black and white like that.
Again, if the traditional money is being bridged to DeFi through XRP, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But not through DeFi. Just TradFi, like implementing or a new iteration. Like, hey guys, we used to do A, now we do B, and B is digital. And with the digital, they can easily bridge with XRP and do cross-border payments, etc. What will then the use be for decentralized finance protocols is one, and two, XRP will most likely go bonkers if that's the case, right? And I know we can go into the depth about how XRP, the tech is, etc., etc., etc. But what if this is the case? Then shouldn't it be a no-brainer to hold at least some XRP? Because we know that they're building some crazy fundamental government protocol worldwide. I don't know how to call it, but we know this is in play. We know that the CBDC is launching this year in Europe. We know that it's gonna be working,
but they will work with Coty, Israeli company.
Mm-hmm.
The CBDCs. Did you know?
No, I didn't know, but
it was recently announced.
We know it's gonna be. We know it's gonna be fucked up, controllable. We don't want that.
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
But no. But what I'm talking about, the technical piece that I'm talking about is the interaction of DeFi into the real world instead of going through Curve, Aave, etc., etc., etc. Let's say, because we know that they don't want to give out the power, right? We know that they don't want to distribute the wealth to the normal people. So let's say in their head, they're thinking, okay, but wait a minute, we're not going to do this what they think that we're going to do. We're going to do exactly what we said that we're going to do, because they did say that this XRP will be the British reserve currency. The Simpsons is hinting at the $400 XRP. Just kidding. Don't take it too seriously. But it doesn't come from anywhere. It has to come from somewhere. So my point is, what if this is how the traditional finance thinks? Okay, XRP is a company. They built all the tools and technical specifications to bridge from native or TradFi to DeFi. I don't want to call it DeFi, but just call it digital money. And XRP is going to be the bridge asset. So then there is less need for DeFi protocols like Aave, because the people with money from traditional finance, the old money, because old money is what we're waiting for to get to millions of dollars for Bitcoin, and they do it through XRP. But then we have some kind of, I don't want to say conflict of interest, but we know that they don't want us to see it. They don't want to see us good, Mike. So we must, my point is, we must be prepared for every scenario that they want to play, because now they're coming into our playing field. That's my point, right? So horizon.
Yeah, but I think it's a valid thought process, of course, but I don't think that I think that the developments you mentioned will definitely come, and they will be made, of course. It's what they're good at, what they're doing. But I think that that Trump will not let them, because there has been kind of a thing going on, behind the screens with Ripple and also Trump. But I kind of have to remember what it was exactly. But there was some guy, and he was like a lobbyist or something, pretty much working for Ripple, XRP, and I could be a little bit mistaken with the details, so don't quote me exactly on this, but I'll just give you like the global ID. Trump got upset that because there was like a tweet or something, where there was some discussion about this. This was like a month or maybe 2 months ago, when there was an executive order where Trump said that they would have a national stockpile for crypto and a strategic reserve for Bitcoin. And before that, there was a tweet. Do you remember that? There was like a tweet, we will have a crypto reserve, something like that. And we will, of course, hold coins like Solana, XRP, and another one. But the rumor says that Trump got upset with this guy who pretty much whispered it in his ear to write it exactly like that, because it would be bullish for XRP, of course, because it kind of gave the impression that XRP would be bought. But of course, in the actual executive order, this is not the case. XRP will not be purchased. It's just a stockpile that the government will create for if they ever acquire or confiscate it or something like that. They will not purchase it actively like they will do for Bitcoin. But he pretty much got upset with him for betraying him or saying something in his own benefit. I'm not entirely sure, because like I said, the details are a little bit fuzzy, so excuse me for this. But and I kind of believe that. And also, when I'm taking a look at Ripple right now, I do think Trump will support Ripple, the company, in their fight actually with the SEC. So I do think that they will win this and they will settle, because there's also a settlement going on right now. They got a settlement deal. I think they have been offered 50 million or something like that, which is a very low amount, but whatever. So I do think that they will work these kind of things out. I do think that they will stay relevant, but I don't think that they are actually able to become the platforms for CBDCs, because, well, first of all, it has been banned in the US altogether in the same executive order. There will not be a central banking digital currency. And at the same time, I think they kind of lost the favor of being in the group that got access to Trump, because there was like this crypto summit, a White House crypto summit, I'm not too sure, where a lot of the big players were. And Brett Garlinghouse was pretty much placed in a corner on half a table, and these small things, I think, matter a lot, especially with Trump. He doesn't joke around. The same goes with Netanyahu, the minister of Israel. He fucked him over. He got fucked over big time, don't get me wrong, but instantly he got rid of the guy, and he probably won't get his position back. You know, Trump is a guy you don't want to mess with. He's a very straightforward, direct guy. Don't fuck with him, then you're okay. And I don't think that Ripple is actually that good and close friends with Trump. So
no, they're not. I have to cut you right off, because in 2024 he donated to the Democrats for Kamala Harris, I think 10 or 20 million XRP. So I think that's the reason why
there you go.
Ties have been broken.
That also would explain a lot, because he's not being treated that well, and Trump doesn't forget these things. They're quite personal to him. So this but all that being said, we shouldn't underestimate how much money Ripple has. And Ripple is huge. And when I go to financial events, so I went to Money 2020, which is like a big event for banks, quite literally, like ABN AMRO and these kind of things. And they are always the main sponsor. They are the biggest player out there. You know, they have the biggest stage right at the front. When you enter, Ripple is like the big shot, pretty much in this kind of world.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, take a look at ISO 200-2020 picture. Traffic protocol for banks. Using XRP puts itself on top or in the middle of all things. Loss of control for a centralized company like Ripple. Yeah, but they will never use XRP. This is a common mistake. The XRP ledger does not use XRP at all. XRP is just a token they minted instantly for themselves that they're dumping on retail. That's exactly what the XRP token is. They don't intend buybacks. They don't intend to hold it. It's just a coin they created out of thin air to sell themselves. And people are buying into it. And then we also have the huge market cap it has already. We have pretty much the same shitty returns it had, because I remember in 2018 it was like $3. It hasn't been higher ever since. So already for 7 years it has remained the same. Of course there was the lawsuit which was pressing the price. I get that, I understand that, but I don't want to hold it. I don't see it going to hundreds of pieces per coin. It's all fugazi.
Okay, but Mike, let's say that
they won't be the new Fed.
No. Let's say there are some people holding it. Can we take a look at the charts, please? Because yes, in my opinion,
you want to share your screen?
I have a lot of things in my charts because I draw it and I never take them out. So, yeah, fuck it. I can share my screen. That's it. Let me take a decent one. Yeah, I think this should be decent.
Is XRP not good as a temporary cash cow? For me, no. Of course not. And it hasn't been over the last fucking 7 years. So, you know, I could be proven wrong. Of course, it could go up, blah, blah, blah. But other coins, and even right now, you know, AI is going crazy. Real world assets are going crazy. XRP is still, what is it now, Ian? Do you have the screen open?
2.6.
2.6.
But there is,
irrelevant. Fuck XRP.
I know. But I'm a little back holder.
I noticed because copium.
I think this is more opium than copium. I do hope that it will pop off, but in my opinion, we see something clearly happening in the. Wait, let me take these lines out. In the chart of XRP.
You can also open if you go to the top left and just do. Oh, but then you have. Never mind.
Yeah, that's fine. So this is. We don't see the price, but it was close to nothing, not negative, but it was close to nothing.
You can put it on logarithmic if you want to show it. So the corner right, but yes, exactly.
Oh, nice. This inderdaad, this is a much better view for most of, because now my lines make sense. At first, it didn't make any sense, but here you can clearly see that what's happening here, Mike. I think this shit is gonna lift off, man, and it's gonna lift like crazy, because if you take this zone, for example, this here is just a bigger of this. I'm just saying it's very quick.
Oh, yes,
breakouts. So my point is, yes, okay, now we can confirm that the price from XRP will likely go higher. And in my point of view, it would go to 14, I think it was $14. Yeah, 14, $15. Of course, it could go higher, but follow me on this. We know that this run it's going to be different. We know that coins without fundamentals, they will have no value.
Yes.
So what will be the driver for XRP? Because we see it going up. We see the TA showing us for, whoa, this thing has been accumulating twice as long. So in my opinion, the expansion should be twice as big. So it should be at least here somewhere. Maybe let's put a new line here. $50, I think, for XRP. Just as what I'm seeing. But what is going to drive this, Mike? What is going to be the driver? If it's not global liquidity, I don't know what is. Just food for thought, right? Just thinking out loud.
Yes. What do you mean with global liquidity?
That this XRP will be the something banks will need to have XRP, buy XRP, hold XRP to do transactions. Not that XRP will be transacted, but just as bank. But then how could the price go to $30, $20? Because MCAP wise, it's like
that's my
impossible. Point. So it's not going to $20.
I think that XRP will go up, of course. It's a prominent coin. It's well known, especially when they win the lawsuit. It will get in the news. It has a huge retarded community, but community still. No, I'm kidding, but the XRP army, how they say online, is kind of they either believe in this the fullest or they don't. That it's like. And of course, you have the retail people at home. They just buy whatever is up in the top 10, top 20. They hold some XRP usually. But people who understand, they are either for it or against it, And you bring up the case that it could be like global liquidity or these kind of things. But I don't think that they will ever give a company this power, Right now, the central banks hold that power. They will not give it over. And if the central banks were to vanish, especially with Trump leading, he most definitely will not give it to Ripple. So I argue that you're right. Something needs to happen for it to go up, but the thing you're illustrating will not happen. So it will not go up to the prices you are, not to like a 50, And I hope it for you if you're holding your bags, I wish you all the best, I hope all your bags go 50x, But personally, I think that between $5 and $10 for XRP, most investors should be happy, and I would definitely take profits if I'm holding XRP and it goes there. I'm not holding any, but and then of course you could leave a moon bag. But if you believe otherwise, don't let me talk you out of it, because then just hold conviction.
Clearer explanation, Mike. I was just curious to the way you think, and I think most people, I don't know if they believe XRP or they hold XRP, but I do know some people who hold XRP, but hey, they have no reason why. So I'm like looking for a reason why, if you want to know.
Yeah. I fully get it, but I think that most of the arguments that are being brought up for XRP are things I don't believe ever will happen, because to move liquidity, what they kind of do with their XRP ledger, you don't need the XRP token for. So there's no use case for the XRP token. The XRP token, quite literally, is a way to finance Ripple. That's what I'm saying. Most of these projects, most of these things, they don't require it at all. However, I do believe that they were or are building their own ecosystem. So there are now meme coins on XRP. There are NFTs, these kind of things. So I'm not saying that XRP is completely useless, but I do think that most people are having expectations of things to happen with the token that quite literally will never happen.
Okay, but
not
Mike,
even.
What's happening here?
Sorry. So can I add one more thing? Because at the start of this live stream, we were talking about the stable coins. I do think that Tether or these companies, they will be able to perhaps become like the new Fed or the new central banks or the new kind of people who control the money, So much rather those people than Ripple. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. What does a TA show us, Mike? Because I don't know what Ripple's gonna do. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just looking at the chart, and if I'm seeing this, that it was rejected. Here it was a support lift, rejected. Here we see exact the same thing with this nice candle. It's a very nice candle. Okay, wait, it is a monthly candle, so we have to maybe put it a week. But Mike, this is a hella bullish formation here. So
Oh, I fully agree. It will go up, of course. It
okay,
will go
wait,
up as
wait,
soon
wait.
as Bitcoin goes up.
I just want to be a little bit critical. That's how we do it. So
Of
what you're
course.
trying to say is all this accumulation here for what is it, 4 years, is only gonna make the price go 2x. Yes or no?
Yes, and I will tell you why.
Yeah.
A lot of the people have been buying for these prices. They are in the coin for years, more than others, So, and the supply is pretty much there. The Ripple Foundation dumps on the market every single month, week. I'm not sure about the exact frequency, but they dump it a lot on retail, so you can buy it whenever. So a lot of people, they will actually start selling. The Ripple Foundation will start selling, and they have been doing so in 2018 as well. I believe when Ripple went to like $3 in I think it was January 2018, and I have been looking for the tweet or the something, but it might have been deleted or whatever. One of the co-founders, and I'm not too sure who it was, and I can't find him. I couldn't find the tweet anymore, but I vividly recall from January 2018. The Ripple guy sold all his bags on everyone who was in XRP. He crashed the price single-handedly. They are next level evil. They don't give a fuck about XRP holders. They will dump on you. So if not other people are doing this, then
This guy, David Schwartz, I think was his name.
I'm not too sure because it's so long ago and I was new in crypto back then because I purchased XRP for 1 cent at one point, early 2017.
Facts.
So, I was just lucky, couldn't give a fuck about the projects, just was in the market, So I'm not too sure. I just remember this being a story back then. But either way, I don't think that the prices will go up that high because people will start selling, people will get their bags. However, I do think that some sort of mania can exist because people are screaming for way higher prices than it should be. So I'm talking about hundreds or even thousands. So you're 50, it could go to 50 in a super cycle in like the markets are going crazy. Bitcoin is up to 700K. Of course, we'll see this price for XRP because then I've been talking about this in the VIP as well. Some bubble will start.
Mm-hmm.
Altcoins already are a bubble. Most altcoins are a scam. But Bitcoin, as soon as supply runs out, so I'm talking about supply runs out, super cycle started, countries are buying, companies are buying, everyone wants it. It's going crazy in the news. It hit multiple 100 of thousands. All the crypto will go fucking bananas, and XRP then, of course, will go to 50. Yeah. So depending on the mania,
Okay,
it could reach these levels, but
you wouldn't put your money on it. You wouldn't bet on it.
I'm betting my money on different projects for sure. Yeah, I'm not touching this.
Check. To be honest, guys, to give my point of view, everything that happened here was bearish. This is the first time that we're above it. So yes, I'm holding XOP pure for this reason. Not anything about what could happen, just as what I'm seeing in the charts that something crazy might pop off. That's all I want to say. Okay, that was it.
Okay, but I see some comments. I see 2 comments about Xborg from Mark and also from Toxic. So let's talk about some coins that are actually going to make people rich.
Facts. So
Yeah,
I had Xborg. I need to find that chart from Xborg, man, because I draw the lines before the whole mania when I made a Twitter post on X when it lifted off from 7, 8 cents, 10 cents, 11 cents to what was it, 30, 40
First of
cents.
all, major respect and shout out to the Xborg team. They are amazing people and they are working very hard. They are actually, I think they're doing financially very well. They're making money without having to be able to dump tokens on their holders. There are no VCs. It's one of the most fairest launches out there. But also what they have been developing, it's refreshing. It is amazing. They recently dropped a very cool trailer. I became a real fan of this project. It's actually my only gaming hold. I'm not into that many gaming coins at all, but this is one of those convictions plays. I think that especially considering the market cap right now, but also their partnerships, who they are in bed with, not just influencers, but also gaming groups. What's the word? Like gaming teams, communities. They're really engaging with their communities as well. So on the Discord, especially if you hold the NFT, you can go to their private fireplace meetings or whatever. I'm not intending, also could be mistaking a little bit here, but they're doing a great job, and it's actually the kind of community work you would love to see for all your projects, because it gives you a safe feeling while investing, because all coins went down. Let's be honest, because Xborg went to what, 50, 60 cents, something like that.
45 or 50 something,
yeah, went all the way back down to 5 cents. Of course, called it in the VIP, bought it with the VIP at 5 cents again, so doubled our money already. But beside that fact, they because they're so in touch, because they stay so communicating, because they have so many developments, it's just amazing over and over again, so I hold major conviction for Xborg, and I'm really excited to see what the future will bring for Xborg, man.
Multiple dollars, man. It's we met Lou, we met the Xborg team, really nice guys, but we said them $5, big red candle, we're gonna sell 1.2 million Xborg tokens. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Xborg is a no-brainer. It's a definite play, because to further the story, Ready Player One, GTA, I think Xborg will play a crucial role in the new way we're gonna experience gaming and play games. So that's what they're building. It's a gaming identity protocol. So we gotta give them time. Just like what you said, Rome wasn't built in one day. These guys, they tick all the boxes from a project, from a team, how they should handle things, communicate things, everything basically. So yeah, this is the most comfortable hold, to be honest. Well, actually Bitcoin is, but Xborg is like what you said, at these prices, this market cap, not really a no-brainer, but the conviction is getting to no-brainer territory. Yes. So it's the choice is very simple, man, guys.
Yeah. Boyd, you keep asking about Plume, but I only want to do project research in the VIP community. So if you want this, just join the VIP. Send me a DM on Instagram. So I want to show the XPG is in talk with anybody, and also there is a tier 1 central exchange listing coming real soon. And with real soon, I mean it like it should have already happened in Q1, but because the markets were going down, they were waiting for it a little bit. But honestly, I think it might happen anytime now. So I'm talking about now or the next 3 months. Why? Because in our podcast that we had with the CEO, they were also sharing that that they were waiting, because we quite frankly just asked, why are you not being listed yet? Because you're saying this in your marketing text and promotions. They said, we're waiting for the markets to go back up. So as soon as there is momentum, which there's starting to be momentum because price doubled already. They also have a great trading competition. So if you're planning to buy, I should buy now, because you might end up with prices. Yep. Mm-hmm. But beside that, it is quite cool what they're doing. I forgot what I was saying, but I will put the Xborg trailer on.
There will be a time they will get so much flowers. Xborg team is going to be crazy.
Yep. Okay, I'll share my screen real quick. Share screen. This one. You guys have sound, right? Or no, not yet. But now you have sound, right?
Adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, be right back.
You are more than a player. You are a story. You are the main character. Every adventure, challenge, and victory you conquered is a chapter in the book of you. But what if your games could adapt to your journey, see what you enjoy, and mold around you? At Xborg, we're making this possible. Xborg connects your adventures and achievements from the games you love and the communities you support, and bundles them into your player identity. so that you can enjoy unique gaming experiences wherever you go. From deep personal in-game interactions to curated fan experiences and storylines molded to your aspirations. We're laying the foundation for a future where innovation knows no bounds. And players are the front and center. But here's what makes Xborg special. It belongs to all of us. The XBG token powers the entire ecosystem, giving you governance rights and shared success in Xborg's future. Welcome to Xborg, where gaming is unique.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
crazy,
amazing.
crazy movie, man. People are really sleeping on the tech and what these guys are doing. It's I don't know what people want. They want like 100x next month or something, you know? They need to wait. They need to wait. Because I did an interview with Lou in Paris, and he said, if you cannot wait, guys, you cannot get through us through the hard times. Ain't no way in hell you're gonna get through us when we're flourishing, you know? That's
Yeah,
what he said, so.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, great things. You know, this is just a matter of time because they will remain relevant to the end. You know.
No.
Do you want to share your no-brainers, Ian, or no?
Actually not. You need to join the FIP for the no-brainers. But Mark is in the. Oh no, I don't know if Mark is in the FIP. Do you
No, I wouldn't ask it if he was.
True, because I shared it today or yesterday. I even shared the no-brainers. But Bitcoin is one of them. And I can give one more. That's Avalanche. If you don't have Avalanche, because in my opinion, Avalanche is really underrated. And I think that these guys, I love what Sir Emin Gunnar is doing, you know. But don't sleep on Avalanche, guys. It's a giant behemoth, but it's only a matter of time before the tech truly shows what it's capable of.
Yep. Okay, so a few things. Strategy bot, alt season is about to start, or at least there's a golden cross for the altcoins. China deal with the US, pause for 90 days, dropped 125% each. Bitcoin still going to 400k. Yeah, what else do you guys want to know? I mean, I think that's the end for today, right?
I think that's
second strategic Bitcoin reserve also for the States, Arizona.
Okay.
I just read it down here. Of course, it was already going to be effect on federal level, but then New Hampshire got there first. We covered that last live stream. Arizona got one now as well. Others will follow. Bullish news will continue to come. That's simple.
It keeps on racking in every day, because in the FIP we got the traders. They're sharing everything, of course. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that people are not going all in. There are some comments. Yo, can I sell my house? Should I sell my house to buy more Bitcoin? Yeah, of course you should do it, man.
Yeah, fuck your house.
It's crazy, but next year you'll see why. Then you're gonna say next year, oh shit, I should have done the override on my house. Now I could have bought 3 villas in Dubai for 3 million each.
Yeah, I could have.
For example, you know, don't quote me on the numbers.
Okay, so Lawrence is saying, what can 1 million do to the price of Xborg? What do you think? I wouldn't expect too much out of these kind of things, because there's a lot of daily volume every day, you know, on these protocols. So
not only that, they have bots, yeah. So when a big buy order comes in, some other bot sells, so to keep the playing field leveled and shit like that. It's crazy to see, but you need to look at liquidity on the DEX. You can see everything on the DEX.
Exactly, and but it's just a good thing, you know. They're doing buybacks. They love the community, so it's just see it as a blessing. Don't see it as like a extra gain or something, you know. Just take it for granted, I would say. I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Shantos, we've missed you. We've missed you, man. But be here every day at 12. Because we are now doing it at 12 every Wednesday instead of 2. So you can eat your lunch, just check the live stream, and see you around.
Again, he did cover Plume. Yeah, Mike covered Plume, Boyd. He just watch it for in-depth review. Yeah.
Yep. End it. Japan's great.
Yeah, man, I think that's it for today. Yet again, what are we, Mike? Bullish or what?
Bullish, but stay safe. Not aggressive yet. Wait for
Exactly.
slight corrections if you miss the bottom, miss the reversal. Shame on you, but I can understand. Some people are just now activating. You're not too late yet. However, do it with a clear head. Wait, take your time, invest. And once we reach all-time high, if we do at all, like Ian said, might
This
be a
week.
double top, could be any time. Yeah,
This week.
I personally think that this it's already Wednesday, so Bitcoin
This
is
week.
100. This week is very possible. Yeah, but we will see it soon, and I'm just excited for all news that will be released over time. But once we go into all-time high zones, and we might reach 120K way faster than most people think, because once we break all-time high, I think it's all hands on deck. It might go like 112, 114, 116.
150,
Yes, like
180 to the next day. Not the next day, but
and you have to imagine that all sideliners and all non-believers, once we actually hit all-time high, they will get FOMO. They will start
Jump
enter the
in.
market
Yep.
again. They will rub their dick a little bit, and then eventually markets will go crazy. So stay safe until then, and be aggressive once we go.
Facts. Nothing to add. Be blessed, everybody. I will check you next week.
Thanks. Later.
Ciao.
If I do crypto, this ain't gambling.